All right, now let me introduce a very special guest, former Minnesota high school basketball standout and Florida Southern commit, Donovan Smith. How are we doing today, man?
Doing good, man.
That's good to hear. So I guess we'll just kind of start with there. You committed to Florida Southern earlier in the month. I guess what kind of all went into that decision and what made you pick that school?
I actually didn't get that offer till way after my Spire season, so I didn't know where I was really gonna go. They came into the picture kind of late. My Spire head coach, Gravel Craig, he introduced me to him, so he brought me to the Florida Southern head coach attention. Send me his film, and like you know, he loved me and he gave me a call. He was like, "Man, we'd love to get you down here. We love your game. We think you'd be a good fit for what we do here." And I was all for it. So I took that visit, went down there. Campus was beautiful, loved it. They believed in me, and I didn't see why not. So I made the decision to fully commit.
Yeah, I feel like the D2 route is getting a lot more love recently. Like Parker Fox just joined the Gophers, obviously. There was Ryan Hawkins on Creighton who came from D2. How, I guess, was it hard for you to realize that? Because I'm assuming that you always wanted to go D1, but was it hard for you to realize that you might have to go a different route?
I mean, understanding the circumstances of right now and me just talking to different people and not trying to level chase. It's not for me. It's not D1 or nothing. I understand like D2 is not bad. I mean, there's real killers on the D2 level. So just right now it's hard to get anything right now. The extra COVID year that everybody's getting. The transfer portal is kind of messing it up for the 2022s and after that. So I mean, anything right now, if you get anything right now, it's truly a blessing, and the coaches really are rooting for you. So even the
Yeah,
Florida Southern, even the Florida Southern coach told me like he was done recruiting high school kids. Like they only had one spot open, I guess. So when he recruited me, he was like, "I give all my props to you." That's what he told me. I give my props to you because we were done recruiting high school kids. We were done recruiting 4 year, kids. So I mean, it's this. My point is, it's hard to get anything right now. So getting the Florida Southern thing was good for me.
yeah, that's an interesting perspective because definitely everyone when they talk about the transfer portal and all this stuff, they don't realize, I guess, that's kind of what comes from it for guys like you. Uh,
Yeah.
so you obviously mentioned that you played last season at Spire Academy after a few years with Minnehaha. I guess what went into that decision to go there for your final year?
So it was kind of crazy. I got ruled ineligible because I reclassed my seventh grade year. The Minnesota State High School League has a rule and whatever. So I didn't really know where I was gonna go until like 2 weeks before school started. So end of August, I'm searching for schools. I'm calling all these different prep schools because my only choice was to go out of state and play. So I'm calling all these different prep schools. I reached out to Spire. They got back to me the quickest. And basically said, we'd love to have you. I mean, we understand your circumstances and you'll fit right in with us. So come on down. So I made the decision. I didn't really have another option. So I just went down there and it was all worth it.
Yeah, that's crazy. At what point did you know you were ruled ineligible to stay at Minnehaha?
I didn't know till that summer going into my senior year.
Wow.
So
Yeah, that had to
yeah,
be crazy.
no, yeah, it was crazy. It was definitely stressful and all that. So just Spire for believing in me and just letting me come down there last minute. It was definitely a blessing. So I'm thankful to them always.
Yeah, so Minnehaha and Spire are obviously two schools that have had a lot of big time athletes last few years. LaMelo at Spire and Jalen and Chet at Minnehaha. Is it ever weird for you, I guess, just like walking around, going to class and stuff when you're at Minnehaha or Spire, and there's just all these other D1 athletes, or do you just kind of, I guess, fit in with everyone?
For me, it's definitely, surreal in a way. But for the most part, I fit in with them. You know, I grew up with these guys, so it's not like nothing new where I'm coming to a new school. Oh, this is Jalen Suggs. Like I've been around them when they didn't really have none. There was nobody really knew them. So we all kind of molded into this, this group, and it was a special group too. So we weren't really like worried about none of that. Like we weren't caught up in the cloud or none of that. So I've been to these guys and Perspire. I mean, I was really the only one um, that had like D1 offers and all that. Besides my guy Trey Thomas, he just committed to Hampton. Shout out to him. Me and him was like really the only one. So yeah. So I mean, we didn't really get caught up in that too much.
Yeah. So you have obviously played on a lot of the high profile teams, Minnehaha, one of the best high school programs in the country the last few years. Grassroots on the AU circuit, one of the best teams. Uh, was it ever tough for you, I guess, playing with so many other big name guys and trying to not get overlooked and making sure that you were just kind of playing your own game?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, it's a blessing and a curse for me. So curse would be, you're sacrificing your own game. You're trying to fit into what because the game you're playing with these big name guys that the basketball's going to them every play. So I was trying to figure out my way how to fit in with that, and I think I did a pretty good job adjusting. And the blessing was, that's if you're playing with those big names, that's your time to shine and try to put your own name out there on a big stage. Everybody's watching at that point, so it's up to me. It was up to me to just take advantage of that and really, you know, play within the system, but do my own stuff and show what I can do. Sometimes it may not be all the time, but sometimes I feel like I took advantage of that, and it got me to where I am today.
Yeah, definitely. So you obviously played in a lot of big games. You played against Sierra Canyon in the Target Center, a bunch of state championships. Was there a moment, I guess, for you throughout your career so far where you point to and like that was probably like the biggest game that I played in?
Uh, for sure, Sierra Canyon. All the state tournament games. But Sierra Canyon, there was a lot of eyes watching. It's on a national stage, playing with all these big name guys. Um, it was surreal in a way for me because I'm not used to that. They might be used to that, but I definitely wasn't used to all that. I think I held my own for sure. So it was
Yeah,
definitely
I feel like that was a big like moment for I guess Minnesota high school basketball nationally.
yeah.
Like I remember going to that game. It really was kind of like the like Minnesota's like on that level with everyone else,
Oh,
or at
for
least
sure,
it should be.
for
So
sure.
you've been in a bunch of big games. Is there one player that you would point to and be like, that was the toughest guy that I've ever played against?
Um, I never really had a problem with anybody. Um, I'm not even trying to be, cocky or nothing. Like, I really haven't had a trouble time discarding anybody. Besides, like, seventh grade year, I played against Amari Bailey. When he played with Mean Streets, I was with the Minnesota Spartans with Prince of League great Chet Holmgren and all them. So we played them in Chicago one time, and it was a battle. So he gave us about 35, 40. But nah, other than that, I mean, I can't remember a time where a guard just gave me 30 on one night. So
He was giving you 35 in seventh grade.
yeah, no, it was a crazy game. Went into like
Wow.
three overtimes. I had like 30 myself. So I mean, it was a battle for sure.
Yeah, that'd be fun. So you mentioned the Minnesota Spartans. I feel that's a kind of a cool story that has went through Twitter with all you guys committing to your schools for next year. If
Yeah.
you didn't know, like you were on the U team with Emmett Johnson, Demarion Watson, just a bunch of other Minnesota guys. How cool, I guess, was it kind of to see all your teammates and all these guys you've grown up with commit to play sports at the next level?
It's crazy. I mean, I don't think anybody's really seen anything like that. You know, one team where everybody commits to a school and is going to school for free. I mean, that's kind of like unheard of. So, I mean, we were a blessed group for sure. And even my sizzle team last year, you know, with Damari and all them too, Prince, Cody, Zoe, Chase Carter, you know, all them. We all committed and like we're going to school for free. So it's that you don't get that every day. So
Yeah.
it's crazy to witness and be a part of it myself. So it's a blessed group.
So last season at Spire, you guys played against Overtime Elite, the new high school league, high school team. And I think they might have had one guy get drafted this year, but they have a few guys next year might go like top 10. I guess from your point of view, as a guy who went through all the high school process, do you think that's like an idea that's gonna like stick around and a lot of big time recruits are gonna go that way? Or do you think that'll be a thing that like 5 years from now it still exists?
I feel like it's definitely gonna evolve and get better with time. Even right now, I feel like it's a great way for players to come and get exposure and go from the league or overseas or whatever they're trying to do, and they still get paid from it. Um, so I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with it, in my opinion. I feel like it's a great way to just get everybody's name out there because they have a pretty big following themselves. And they're getting them ready for the professional level by the way they eat, by the way they train, by the way, you know, just their facility. Being at their facility was crazy to me. They just had everything there that you would see at like a NBA facility or like a college facility. So it was crazy to me.
Yeah. I saw that you were working out with Chet before you got drafted
Yeah.
last week. I guess how cool was it to be around one a guy you grew up with, one of your teammates, and
Yeah.
see him get drafted on Thursday, #2 overall?
I mean, working out with Chet, I mean, he pushes you. I mean, he'll get under your skin and make you go harder if he feels like you're not going hard enough. And that's something you need in a friend and a brother. Like if somebody doesn't push you like that, then do they really want the best for you? So I'm blessed to have a friend like Chet, and yeah, I mean working out with these guys is, I mean they're NBA players, so like I'm getting the best out of everything I do. So it's pretty cool to be around them.
Last question I'll get you out on here. So when I've watched Minnehaha play a bunch of times. I saw grassroots a few times, and watching your game, I'm impressed. As a smaller guard, you really never look like you're out of place in these big games. I guess what advice would you give to maybe a seventh or an eighth grader that's a smaller guard that still wants to play at the next level? What advice would you give to someone like that?
Yeah, for me being a smaller guard, you're always going to be doubted no matter what. You're going to be looked over. You're going to be counted out no matter what you do. That's just what comes with it. But my advice would just be you got to have the most heart out there no matter who you're going against. Like you could be going against Steph Curry, LeBron James, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Suggs. Like you gotta have more heart than them, and you gotta have more confidence than them. So it's going out there believing in yourself, and it's good to have people believing in you as well. You surround yourself with people that give you nothing but positive feedback, and surround yourself with people that give you real feedback as well. Just tell me what you're doing wrong and how to get better. But yeah, just being a smaller guard, I mean, you have to work 3 times as hard for anything you do. So I just say, just don't ever give up. Don't ever stop believing in yourself. You know, it sounds cliche, but that's really what it comes down to. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate you taking the time to do this. Looking forward to following the rest of your career at Florida Southern and beyond. And yeah, thanks again for doing this.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.